Hi, my name is Dr. Leo. It's nice to see you again, Krystal. Thank you for taking the time talking to us today about your experience. The first question I have for you is for you to tell us a little bit about yourself and when you graduated and where you're currently working.
Definitely. I'm really glad to be here today. So thank you for having me. So my name is Krystal Huot. I graduated from UCF December 2018. I studied integrated business with a minor in dance. I did dance my whole life. My ultimate goal was to have a dance studio, but a couple of things changed and I ended up shifting towards getting into corporate America, which is something that I've really enjoyed so far. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I still stay local in Florida. I actually live in Lakeland now. So it's a little bit different than Miami, but I have definitely enjoyed my whole journey so far.
Great, that's awesome. So tell us about Geico and how you ended up at Geico.
So I ended up at Geico. I actually saw an email from the College of Business. I was just looking through my nice email. I saw, Geico internship. I'm kind of interested. So I clicked on it. I decided to just reply, and I ended up being reached out to by one of the recruiters. So they recruited me for an internship that was 10 weeks. Throughout the internship, we did lots of presentations, projects, just a lot of things on teams and stuff. So I ended up getting offered an emerging leaders position. It's like a management program at Geico. And I started January of 2019, right after I graduated.
Fantastic. So I heard some buzzwords in there that we talk a lot about in the IB program, communication and some public speaking, some teamwork. So my next question relates to those particular soft skills. How would you say that your training in the integrated business program helped you at Geico?
So honestly, my training in the IB program helped me tremendously at Geico, just from the soft skills to the hard skills that I gained. The main portion that I think it helped with was presentations. I know in our ABT class, we had to present every week and we were timed every single week. And at first it seemed like, this is such a headache, I'm stressed. But now when I got into my job, we do have to present very frequently. And it was something that I was kind of comfortable doing because I did it very consistently at UCF. So definitely presentation skills was something I gained. Working on teams was something else, and lots of the IB classes were placed on teams where they're pretty much pre-selected, and that really helps in the office environment because you're going to be working with all sorts of different individuals who have different strengths, different weaknesses, and you do have to learn how to adapt and work with every single person. So that's something that the IB program definitely taught me how to handle, and it just teaches you what your strengths and your weaknesses are and how you can help utilize your strengths and weaknesses on a team basis. So that really helps me out. And I do think that in the IB program, we do look at a lot of corporate issues, or we look at, some challenges that companies face and how we would try to solve those problems. And when you go into these real businesses, especially at Geico, that's something that we have to do on a daily basis.
I'm glad to hear that the training was well aligned with what you're currently doing. And that's what we try to do with our program. And that's why interviews like this are important, because it provides us feedback with keeping our content relevant and ensuring that we're doing our best job to prepare you for employment post-graduation. This next question, I think, is my favorite question. What's one piece of advice that you would give your younger self before you started the IB program? If you could go back in time and talk to Krystal years ago and say, okay, Krystal, listen, here's what you need to do. What do you think that would be?
I think the one piece of advice is, one, learn how to work with everyone. It's going to be a challenge. There's going to be people that you might not click with, others that you're going to go really well with. But at the end of the day, if you learn how to adapt your style to everyone, it'll be a lot easier when you go into the workforce. The other part of it is just learn how to be a leader. It can be a leader within your group, but also not only learning how to be a leader, but learn how to also take advice from other people. You don't always have to be the one in charge. You can sometimes step back and let others take the lead, but always be the person in your team that the other team members want to go to, because it really does help when you get into these leadership positions at other companies, or for me, example, at Geico. Having that mentality within the IB program really helped when I came out of the IB program and into my company.
That's great. So with Geico, the last question refers to internships and employment opportunities. Do you have anything that you could share with our current students about internship opportunities at Geico or possible employment opportunities at Geico? Are you on our Nightline system so we could seek out some internships?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are currently, Geico is on Nightline with UCF, and I believe they are also on Handshake, which I know both platforms are kind of used differently. But in the Lakeland office at Geico, we're currently targeting bilingual hires for different things, leadership positions, as well as a management development program that they're currently hiring for. And we're also hiring for an emerging leader. So we're definitely actively hiring, and I'll share some of those resources with you, Leo, so that you can go ahead and share them with students.
That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time today too, Krystal. I really appreciate you taking the time and sharing your experience with our current student body and also presenting opportunities for them so that they can follow in your footsteps as the trailblazer.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.